SHMACKEMAGOB, everybody. It's time for another track by track, and this one was donated by Marc Opie from the Jack and Marc show. But on iTunes, it's Jack and Marc show without the. And oh boy, Marc, you asked me to do this. Hope you don't get offended, but this was torture for me. It's not my type of music. Look, man, I'm a city slicker, man, and this is some music that I just cannot connect to at all. Very little. I have something nice to say, but for the most part, it was very torturous for me. Usually when I did Pet Sounds, and then what was the other one? I did another one where I actually studied it for a while. Oh, the 6 a.m. I didn't end up liking that either. But this one, man, I'm telling you, man, I put on the Tracy Chapman thing, and I was like, oh man, I just stopped it. And then I started listening to the other one, and then I was like, oh God, no. Let me just grab a pen and paper and just get it over with, because I'm not going to sit through this multiple times. Please don't get offended. I really do appreciate you donating to my show. And he even said he likes my show. I'm going to check out your podcast. Hopefully I like your podcast, you know. But this is not my stuff, man. This is not, you know, I don't know what you're into, man, but if this is your stuff, you'd probably get the same reaction if I asked you to do a track by track with Emperor versus, you know, Immortal. You know, some black metal or death metal or something like that I do like. So yeah, I'm not like and look, I own this. This is a very special album to me. This is American Pie from Don McLean. This song, American Pie, was so special. I owned this, the 45 when I was a little kid. I remember 5 years old, jumping up and down on my bed. I had the 45 where only half the song on one side, and you had to flip it over to hear the other half. And this album has a lot of kind of like, what's this guy's name? Townes Van Zandt type of vibe. But man, there's some good stuff on here. Like, I love the song Vincent and Empty Chairs. You know, I like some of it, but you know, American Pie. But it is folky and stuff. And this is some folky stuff that, you know, I can understand. It does a lot to people. I'm not a Johnny Cash fan either, so, and I know Johnny Cash, it's hip to like him, but I gotta be me, man. So if you want me to sit here and do a track by track, I gotta be very honest. So let's get this going, all right? And I did do it. I sat through both albums and took notes and paired, and one did win, but both got points. All right, so we start with Talking About a Revolution. We're going to start with Tracy Chapman. Did I say Omen earlier? I probably did. Tracy Chapman. Her self-titled, I guess, debut album. Talking About Revolution. You know, not my thing, like I was saying, but, you know, I can kind of hang, though. Kind of, barely hang to this, but I really don't like it. And that goes against the title track of Townes Van Zandt's album, For the Sake of the Song. Very folky, not terrible, but I'm going to give this one to Tracy. Tracy gets 1 point on this one. Then we got Fast Cars. Now, I know this song. You know, lyrics are very depressing. I was listening to lyrics now. Again, not my thing, you know. And, but, you know, I gotta say, the lyrics are kind of clever. I'll give it that. And, but I never liked this song. And I know this song. It was a big hit. I know this one. I like it more than, what's this one called? Tecumseh Valley, I believe. Just not my thing. I get it. It's a stripped down song about some girl who had a rough life and died under the stairs. It's sad, depressing lyrics, but it's a bit too folky for me. So again, I'm giving another one to Tracy, so it's 2-1. Okay, then we got Across the Lines. Okay, from the Tracy Chapman. This one is, I guess, above about racism and riots. Being a Cuban descent, I've lived with racism when I was a kid. When I was a child, I faced a lot of racism, and to this day, I still get a little bit here and there. But now it's like I can't give no fucks about anybody that's racist. I think they're ignorant, they're idiots, and if ever racism comes my way now, it's like I just can't even be bothered by it because it's ignorance. Why the fuck should I care what an idiot thinks? But what else did I write about this? Yeah, it's just another racism song, and I think musically it's very boring. This song, it just, okay, I get it. We all go through racism, and I'm sure she probably had it worse than me. So her lyrics mean more to her than it would to me, because I haven't been that damaged by racism as I'm sure Tracy probably has, because she's still writing songs about it. I mean, at an older age. By the time I was her age when she did this album, I can give a fuck about fucking what any idiot piece of shit racist had to say. All right, then that one goes against Many a Fine Lady. I like this one somewhat. Lyrically it's kind of clever. It's a kind of clever love song. Music is whatever, again, not my thing, but I'll give it to this one. I'll give this one a point. Because, lyrics are a little clever, not your regular, boy, girl, kiss under the tree bullshit. This one, it gets a little clever. The guy's talented. They're both talented. It's just not my thing. Okay, then we got Behind the Wall. This one is just vocals. And it's about domestic violence and cops that don't care. Again, this is... Man, Tracy's a party, isn't she? But, not that I'm against, I'm for domestic violence. I think it's terrible. I'm not in any way fucking saying it's not a serious subject, and I even consider that more a serious subject than racism. Beating on a woman or beating on a man, whatever case. Get the fuck out of the relationship. Don't lay your hand on your partner. Lay your hand on your Peter and stay alone. And, the girls, your fingers on your vajayjay. Because if you're going to end up beating each other up, seriously, what the fuck, man? If you ever are tempted to punch your partner, leave that partner. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But anyway, okay, that song. What is it? Behind the Wall. It's no music, it's just her, singing about, behind the wall there's people fighting and the cops ain't doing shit about it. And that one's going against Quicksilver, Daydream of Maria. Again, like the last song, it's kind of clever lyrics. Musically, it's not even that bad. So I'm going to give another one to This Towns. It's not that great either, but it's not that bad. Alright. The next one is Baby Can I Hold You from Tracy Chapman. This one is like not too bad. I like when the drums kick in to this song. But again, it's not my thing. I know I say that a lot during this. So I don't think it's fair what my opinion is on this. It's like me asking you, if you're not into like a certain genre of music. Hey man, I know you hate this music, so let's hear your opinion on, these two bands that you can't stand. And boy, you'll sound just like me. In no way I think I'm superior. Musical taste is personal, not science. So this shit right here, the people that like it, let me tell you something. You get it, therefore, you got an advantage over me. And I got an advantage over you with the stuff I like and you hate. Alright, so what song was that? I'm already lost here. Yeah, it's Baby Can I Hold You. And that one's going against Waiting Around to Die. Now this is getting really depressing. more hard life story with music that does nothing for me. You know, I'm giving that one to Tracy. Another one for Tracy. Okay, so Mountain No Thing from Tracy's first album. Uh-oh, some tropical bullshit going on this one. This one even does less for me than the folky music, that type of tropical. Now, I live in South Florida, but hey man, I hate Cuban music, and I'm Cuban. I can't stand tropical shit. I just can't. So what's that one? Mountain No Thing. And that one's going against I'll Be Here in the Morning. You know, like I said, you got to understand, I'm from South Florida, man. And this sounds like stuff that from people that, I don't know where you live, Marc, but I'm guessing maybe some, you know, place kind of like Wichita, Kansas, or Alabama. Somewhere where it's, you know, some country things going on. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just saying, this is geared to people that live in those places, you know, where they still have gunfights at the OK Corral. This is like OK Corral music. What did I say about this one? You know, it's mellow, but it's, you know, it's just not my thing. You know, I can accept Leonard Skinner. See, when I was growing up, Leonard Skinner was and still is one of my favorite bands of all time. And there's that song called Four Walls of Rayford, which is in this vein. You know, it's just Ronnie and a guitar, you know, but it moves me like this shit don't, you know. That's more my speed. But Leonard Skinner was kind of like a country band that played rock and roll, hard rock. But even when they got mellow, you know, Simple Man and, you know, Tuesday's Gone, I love that stuff, you know. This, I can't get into. But it's better than that tropical bullshit, so another one for Towns. All right, then what's next here? She's Got Her Ticket is the next song from Tracy Chapman. Oh, this is not fun. Please, everybody out there, please don't request stuff like this. I'm sorry, I don't want to take nobody's money if you want me to sit through stuff like this. You know, send me something that rocks, man. You know, even if I don't like it, I'll do it. You know, but it's gotta rock. I don't want to do no more folk music. I don't want to do like mumble rap or stuff. I'm serious. I will send your money back if anybody requests stuff like this or mumble rap or, you know, just stuff I can't get into because I don't need the money that bad. But I'm going to do it for Marc because he was kind enough to do this and he didn't know the warnings, you know. So I hope I'm not upsetting you, Marc. I hope you're no pickle whistler. I have a feeling you're not. But if you are, then, you know, go slap your wife/sister. I'm kidding. That's a stupid redneck type joke. It wasn't meant toward you. I just wanted to throw out a funny. Don't get upset with me. All right. Okay. What's next? She's Got a Ticket. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, this is just terrible. Oh. That one's going against Sad Cinderella. Seriously, did you think I was going to like this? I mean, have you watched? I mean, I know you're a fan of mine, but have you watched my videos? Have you ever seen me even get remotely talk about folky music? I don't know. Because, you know, this is getting tedious to me. By this part, I'm like, oh, man. You know, I'm taking these notes going, geez, man. I really hope this guy doesn't get offended, but this is really offending me, this music. But I'll still give it to that one, Sad Cinderella. I'll give it to that one. Because what did it go against? She's Got a Ticket. Fuck that song. Alright, then we got Why from Tracy Chapman. Well, at least this one picks up a little bit. And, you know, it's in a lighter mood. And but I still don't like it. But at least, you know, it's not so depressing and whatever. And that one is Why. And that's going against the Velvet Voice. This one picks up slightly as well. But again, it bores me. You know, I'm going to have to give that one to Tracy too. Alright, then we go to track 9. For My Lover. Okay, what I wrote here is, this one is actually not that bad. This is the best one I've heard off here, and it's the best one I've heard off either album so far. You know, don't get me wrong, I won't go out and buy this album, and I won't even go back and listen to it. But at least it has hooks. So, I have something nice to say for My Lover. Then the town song is called Taking Karate Blues. And it's a funny spoken words. It's, you know, the best song on this album for me. And it's tough for me to choose this one or the Tracy one. But I'm going to give it to this one because at least it made me smile. And that's the first smile I've had before I started listening to either one of these albums. So I definitely got to give it to that. Towns gets another one. Alright, so then track 10. Let's see. Track 10 is All Your Servants, right? No, I think that's... No, yeah, I think that's... No, If Not Now, that's the Tracy Ullman one. You know, back to the mellowness, but I hear a few little hooks, rare hooks, so it's not a hot mess like most of these tracks. That's 10. And on the Towns one, it's All Your Servants, something like that. You know, oh man, more of this country bumpkin stuff. It's way too much for this city slicker to handle. If I keep listening to this, it's going to drive me back to drinking. Another one for Tracy. Okay, so now we're going to the last track. Hallelujah, the last tracks. And this one is called, for Tracy, it's called For You. This song is awesome to slit your wrist to. It's fucking horrible, depressing, and I'm sorry I'm being bitter, but by this time of the album, this is what I'm writing down in these papers. Then the last track on this one is 16 Summers, 15 Falls. And I say, this one is actually not horrible. It's not great, but good enough to give it a point. So, in the end, Tracy Chapman got 1, 2, 3, 4. Towns Van Zandt got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Towns wins. And I want to thank you. I hope you're not offended. There's people that love shit like this. You know how many Johnny Cash fans there are out there? I don't get it. But hey, a lot of people don't get ABBA or Immortal, you know? Or Striper. I like all that shit. Laugh if you must. I'm not laughing at you that you're into incest music. I mean, it's another joke. Anyway, thank you so much for donating, and please, no more of these. These are torturous to me, man. I only want to do track by track rock. Even rock bands I hate, I'll do it. But not this. Or none of that avant-garde, The Cure, or, you know, Depeche Mode and stuff. None of that either. I want shit with that rocks. You know, I'll even do, like, bands I can't stand, like Bonfoni and Poison. I'll even do that before I do any of this crap. And once again, I want to thank him, and I got to plug his website, his podcast again. His name is Marc Opie from The Jack and Marc Show. That's a podcast. But on iTunes, take the off, and it's just Jack and Marc Show. I'm going to listen to it. I'm not going to let his request deter me, because I think it's the least I could do is check out his podcast. I will do that a little later tonight. But for now, I need to listen to metal. I need to put on some, I don't know, I think Sabotage from Black Sabbath will help wash the blues away. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. If you want to donate, my PayPal is below, but please, none of this, or no electronic, The Cure, Depeche Mode, none of that either. Or, I don't know, avant-garde crap, you know. I got to do a Lou Reed out. I can't stand Lou Reed. Somebody asked me to do a Lou Reed one, so I'm going to do it, but I'm going to bitch about it on this. Well, who knows? Maybe it's an album I end up liking. Because everything I've heard from Lou Reed, I just can't stand. Then there was somebody that wanted me to do, now here's an example, 1984 from Van Halen versus 5150. I can't stand Sammy Hagar, but I'll do that because at least it's in the rock genre. So I'll do that. I don't mind doing like, you know, Sammy Tryhard, you know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and SHMACKEMAGOB! Hey, check out my podcast, The VIERA Vault, on Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes. Subscribe. The links are below.